It's the Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon Channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. That there's Dave Cackley. And, yesterday with your pirate story, I failed to tell you something that happened over the weekend. I was so engrossed by you running around Traverse City going, "Arr," because you're a grown man and that's what adults do, of course. Did I see kids on this alcohol-fueled boat trip that you were on too?
There was one 4-year-old child, and he was adorable. He was adorable.
Of course they were. You were drunk.
His mom and dad were there.
But Saturday, I'm working at Berlin, and we wrapped up the night, and as I was walking back to head things out, this lady comes up to me, and I usually at the gate, as the fans are coming across the track, I'll stay at the gate, and, hey, thanks for coming, glad to see you, hope you had a good time, blah, 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 that kind of thing. And this lady comes up, and she goes, "I have to tell you something." I go, "What's that?" She goes, "I just love watching you and that Dave Crabtree on." "I just love watching your daily podcast. You and Dave Crabtree." I said, "You mean Dave Cackley?" She goes, "Oh, whatever his name is." That Dave Crabtree, he's a stitch. And I could see how red you're turning. I knew that would happen.
Oh, that's nice.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Dave Crabtree. Later today, we've got a story coming out about retro boat rentals.
Oh, Lauren Stanton's business.
Little side business down there. I went down to Saugatuck yesterday because Lauren has done so much for my career and us together, and
yes,
she really has been a great proponent for everything Muskegon for a long, long time. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was time for a little payback. So I ran down to Saugatuck yesterday, and we shot a story about her boat rental place, and it's literally the best video we've ever taken. The audio's perfect. The scenery is amazing. Her boat rental place is the coolest little thing I've ever seen, and it just rocks. So it's doing really well too. Yeah.
I was talking to her about it earlier today, and good for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
And her boyfriend John's a great guy.
I didn't get
and
to
they
meet
got
him,
this
but
nice
it seems
little
like
business going.
And you know what? My initial impression was I walk out there. I get down into Saugatuck with the camera and all that kind of stuff, and I walk around the corner to where this thing is. It's because it's right on the river, right?
Yeah.
And I look around, and I'm like, I looked at her and I go, "So this is your life when you're not at work?" Holy cow, this is nice. This is how the other half lives. Whoa.
Yeah.
Because
that's a nice
beautiful.
side
Have
hustle.
you been down there?
No, I haven't yet.
Holy
Everybody
cow.
else says really good things about it. I thought it was a great idea for a business, especially in that area of the state.
Yeah.
And they've been doing really well, especially for a company that it's only like 3 months in.
Yeah.
And they're doing great.
Yeah, so good for her, and tune into the Muskegon channel a little bit later on for that. And then one more reminder, where are we going to be the Friday before Labor Day?
Polish Festival.
Yes, we are. Kielbasa and kapusta for everybody.
My people.
Wee doggy. Can't
some
wait.
Some kielbasa and some drinks and some more drinks.
Some drinks.
Some more drinks, absolutely.
All right, well, I'll stay sober. I'll make sure everybody's good there.
That makes one of us.
We'll start our thing at about 10:30, and you'll be like hammered. Perfect.
I can't wait. That will be fun.
Well, anyway, hey, Dave Crabtree, take over with some news here, would you?
All right, let's do it. City of Chicago has filed a lawsuit over the Justice Department's threat to withhold grants from law enforcement groups from sanctuary cities. Mayor Rahm Emanuel calls the threat blackmail. And, who knows better about blackmail than Rahm Emanuel? But Attorney General Jeff Sessions said the city has chosen to protect, quote, criminal aliens who prey on their own residents instead of enforcing the laws. Now, both have a point, and both are simultaneously wrong. Because let's face it, immigration is not Chicago's biggest problem. It's gang violence. Mm-hmm. That's the big problem in Chicago. But once again, my thing with illegal immigration, if you want to hide somebody in your basement, like your gardener or your pool guy or family, whatever, I don't care. That's your own business. You vouch for them, whatever. But a city can't come out and say, "Hey, come here. We're going to violate the law." You can't announce that's what you're doing. But I also don't think the Justice Department should be withholding funds either. That's not going to help out Chicago. You can't do that.
Okay.
So they're both right and they're both wrong.
Thank you, Dave.
All right.
Wonderful opinion. We went over this last week, so I'm not going to get into it again.
Okay.
I think even the thought that we have to hide somebody in our basement is scary beyond.
Well, if they're in the country illegally, look, we got to have laws there too. Come up with a solution.
But the idea of shutting down immigrants coming into the United States is absurd because we're a nation of immigrants. We all are, every one of us. But and to ask people to jump through a few hoops to get in here and be naturalized as citizens and stuff like that, there's nothing wrong with that. But I mean,
well said. Spoken like a true politician.
That's not a politician statement. That's any man, any reasonable person.
You.
My grandfather had to cross Ellis Island. What's wrong with the same procedure for everybody else?
You're absolutely right.
So there you go.
I'm watching the evolution of Andy O'Reilly.
Evolution. I've said this since day one. You go back in the history of you and I, and you tell me whenever I haven't said this.
No, I'm in complete agreement. I'm looking at you formulate the thoughts and put them together very coherently. It's very good.
Yeah.
I think.
You're not going to turn every day into let's see what we can get. Let's see what one line we can get out of Andy for an actuality, are you?
No,
that's not the case, dude.
Not at all. Not at all. According to a recent survey, many millennials do not understand how credit cards work. Some of those born in the last decades of the 20th century actually believe that missing a credit card payment would improve their score. Now, that figure was only 6%, but still shocked research analysts. 36% have already maxed out their cards. 48% carry credit card balances paying hefty interest charges. Now, I'm going to defend millennials here for a second. You're in your 20s. You're dumb. You're just stupid, especially when it comes to finances. I know I was. Yeah. I know I had ridiculous credit card charges, and it really hurt me for a while.
Yeah.
And that's just, honestly, that's part of being in your 20s. You're an idiot when it comes to a lot of stuff, but I do think this problem is getting a little bit worse with each and every generation because everybody's charging everything all the time. And it's something as a young person you do need to get a hold on because when you're in your 20s, it's all about having fun. It's all about having the next good time.
Yep.
But there are ramifications to that down the road, and you just kind of got to be aware of it.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And are millennials in their 20s at this point? I thought they were all kind of in their 30s.
Well, it all depends. Like there's a wide definition of what millennials are.
Okay.
Between it's the same with Generation X. I believe it was from 1965 to 1979.
Yeah. See, I'm an Xer.
Yeah, so am I. So
I'm a cooler Xer.
Yeah, of course. That goes without saying.
I was born in 1970. I'm a well-rounded Xer.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm just basking in your glow right now.
You ought to be.
That's how I roll. All right, then.
I get it.
It's Election Day in Michigan and in Muskegon. The polls open at 7 a.m. The mayoral race features three candidates, incumbent Mayor Stephen Gawron and challengers Demario Phillips and Will Springstead. There's also a write-in candidate. I forget his name. Muskegon Heights Road Millage is also on the ballot. There is a vote whether or not to discorporate the village of Spring Lake, and Dalton Township Fire Millage will be voted on as well.
I've been up to Dalton to do a couple stories up there about their fire department. Yeah. That's a really cool little fire department, and it's run by some pretty awesome people. And the gist of this story was that if they vote for this new fire truck that they need, it's going to keep insurance rates down. But if they don't get the new fire truck, everybody's insurance rates will go up in the township, and it'll end up costing them more in the long run.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We'll see where
I posted on Facebook just a few minutes ago. Please get out and vote. It's important to go vote today, but next year it's even more important to go vote.
Yes, absolutely. Andy O, 91st District.
We shall see. Fingers crossed. And a lot of work. You know what? There's a lot of work to be done, a lot of people to be heard, and I'm not going into this in a joking manner at all. But
no.
I'm not going to change who I am.
Right.
I mean, this is a serious thing. And there's a lot of things that need to be done, but it's going to be an honest effort, and it's not going to really change who I am. So
that's the thing we got to reiterate. This is not a joke at all. You're a serious candidate. You've got a real good shot.
We'll see. I mean,
I've talked to people in the know.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a friend who's kind of an expert.
Yeah.
He's got a shot, so we'll see. And this is a guy who's on the other side of the political aisle. So, but you bring people together. You bring people together.
That's the idea.
So,
We really need. We just really need an honest politician in there, and I'm fairly honest.
I would say absolutely.
No, I mean, we need some reality in there, and we need somebody and I mean, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a try.
And I will say this: I don't know anybody personally who genuinely cares more about Muskegon and the surrounding areas than you do.
My whole life is from here, man. I came here with nothing.
I don't know anybody.
Nothing. I had a TV and a couch.
Right. I don't know anybody who's more proud or is more vested personally and professionally in that town than you are.
Well, I'm excited, and it's going to be a long year. And I had a comment on the Facebook page. It's like, I can't wait to hear your positions on all this stuff. And it's like, yeah. I replied. I said, we got a year. I'm not going to flood you with it all at once.
Yeah.
I said, so, stay tuned and keep up, for updates, and we'll be there.
And I'm looking forward to you being talking about just the whole process, the whole process of running and trying to win, and what that's doing to you emotionally and psychologically and everything. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Should be a fun ride. Finally, someone who played the Mega Millions on Friday in Muskegon is $1 million richer and may not even know it. According to the Michigan Lottery, a Mega Millions ticket was purchased at Ladd's & Company on Henry Street and matched all 5 white balls. That means a $1 million prize. The numbers were, if you have that ticket, 9, 17, 25, 63, and 71.
It wasn't me.
Wasn't you.
I didn't get my ticket at Ladd's. It's a nice store, though. I like Ladd's a lot.
Oh, cool. Do you get your Twinkies there?
Nope. I go. They have a postal annex in there, so I'll go there to mail stuff quite a bit. And believe it or not, there was a time where I used to have a nip or two.
Oh, you get
back in the day where I used to, maybe have a little bit of Grandpa's cough medicine. Speaking of coughs, and really great family, really nice people that run Ladd's. And what I'm excited about here is not only did they sell the winner, so somebody's going to have a nice bank account. I think Ladd's gets a percentage if they sell a big winner like that. So
really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the lottery pays if a store or something like that sells a big winner, the lottery pays them a cut for selling a big winner. So good for Ladd's, nice people.
Good deal. All right, sports. Tigers get blanked by Pittsburgh 3-0. Cubs win. They beat Frisco 5-3. And sad news, former American League MVP Don Baylor dies at the age of 68. That's sports.
Wow. All right, Dave, it is a Tuesday. I want you to go out and make the best of it. I want you to do something productive. Is that 2 days in a row with your purple shirt?
No, I wore a gray shirt yesterday.
Oh.
So you're not paying attention to my attire, and I'm a little upset about that.
Clearly not, but, I thought maybe you slept in your shirt again. And
I got to shave my chest hair, though. It's getting a little nappy.
Oh,
Max remarked on that yesterday. He said, you're hairy. You got to shave that.
Yeah, would you, please?
Okay, we'll do.
Can you get some video of that, too? We'd love to see that.
Maybe.
Oh, hey, one more thing.
What?